Hey everybody, welcome to this week's episode of Tribe Tools. Today we have Emily with us.
Hey everyone!
Hey Emily! So this week, Emily and I are talking about a tool that we can use when worshiping God. When you think about worshiping God, what are some things that you think of? I know for me, I usually think of singing, and that definitely is a way to worship God. In fact, the Bible talks a lot about that.
Yes, it is. Worshiping is when we express our love and our adoration for God. In other words, it's when we let it out.
You can do this by singing or ways that you might not think of. The way that we're going to talk about worshiping God today is through serving others. While the Bible talks a lot about worshiping God through singing, it also talks a lot about worshiping God through service. Jesus gives us the perfect example of what it looks like to worship God through serving others. Can you guys think of a story where we see Jesus serve other people?
A story that I think of is when Jesus washed his disciples' feet. This was just before he laid down his life at the Last Supper. Jesus went around the room and he washed the feet of all of his disciples. This was an expression of the love that he had in his heart, the love that he had for God coming outward.
Wow, that is such a beautiful story. Let's dig a little deeper into that. When Jesus was washing his friends' feet, do you guys think that he was doing that to earn his Father's love for him? I'm going to go ahead and say no. Jesus knew just how much his Father loved him, and him washing his friends' feet was that love pouring out of him.
Yes, that is so good. In the same way, when we serve others, it is our love for God in our hearts and God's love in our hearts that is outpouring out of us.
I love that. One way we can do this is by connecting with God before we serve others. This reminds us of all the love in our hearts. Then our actions come from love, not striving for love. Our actions become a powerful, natural expression of love and worship.
I can really relate to this. I find that sometimes I have a hard time really loving and serving my friends and my family and the people around me. But I find that when I spend time praying with God, I like to do that in the mornings. After spending that time with God praying, I can feel his love in my heart. And then when I'm out with those people in my life, God's love flows out of me, and I can't help but wanting to serve and love the people in my life. He empowers me to love and serve the people around me. Those are people who God loves, and God is loving them through me.
And lastly, what are some ways that you can think of right now that you could serve the people around you this week? Maybe ask if they need help with anything, or listen the first time, or assume the best about someone. Those are just a few ideas to get some other ideas flowing.
Those are great, Valley. And that is all that we have for today. But stick around because we have a few activity slides that are going to pop up with some activities that you can do with the people around you. I hope that you all have a week filled with the powerful worship of serving. You are all so loved. I'll see you next time.
Bye, guys.